Hello YouTube, welcome to another YouTube exclusive here on the channel. If you like what you see, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Helps support us and gives you that notification when we have new content, like today. So, if you've seen the title or have seen at least the splash right before we show you the deck here, you also notice that there's some M20 core set cards here. We got quite a few of them. I'm very excited to give these a shot. Totally a guess at whether or not this is going to do well. We're Pyro Prison essentially. We're dropping the Rabble Master package here, and we're gonna go full on Chandra. It's time to bring her back, and we're doing it in style here. What do we have? Scavenger Grounds, Mountains, Gemstones, pretty typical. 9 ritual effects, pretty typical. We're bringing back the classic list, which means all 12 lock pieces are in the main. We're bringing up 1 extra Chandra Torch of Defiance, standard card in Pyro Prison. Adding an extra Koth because we believe we need to be a little bit quick in the meta currently. Now we get into the card choice has been added to the main, which is Chandra Acolyte of Flame. If you're not familiar with this card, it's essentially a Planeswalker boosting card with its first 0, allowing you to add loyalty counters. It can also create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens, haste. You sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. This is probably going to come into play when she comes down the first turn, especially if she's done on turn 2 or 3. After that, though, we might be using either a mixture of her loyalty, creating, or we can down tick her for 2. And you can cast pretty much any instant or sorcery spell in our deck. That is, its converted mana cost is 3 or less. And then you exile it. So it gives it like a flashback type of thing. We'll see how she does. The idea here is that you curve out Chandra Acolyte into Koth. And by the time you do that, the very next turn, Koth emblems. Same things with Chandra Torch of Defiance. She goes from 4 to 5 to 6 immediately. Then you tick Chandra Acolyte up and you might have an emblem. Sideboard. Currently, Magic Online, I believe, is in the London Mulligan, and that's been officially instated. So we do need to watch out for things like Neoform and Hogak, I'm sure. So we have Ravenous Traps and Grafdigger Cages, kind of just to hope and not get turn 1, turn 2'd by some of those. That being said, the rest of the list is fairly standard until we get to the bottom. We have Angers, Torp Orbs, an extra Eidolon here, and Sorcerer's Spyglass. The Eidolon is there because we do need an aggressive package, and we're pretty light to that aggressive package, so that means we can't quite get under blue-white, or we can't get under maybe burn. But that's where the last pieces come in here. We have Leyline of Combustion. So Leyline of Combustion is essentially an Eidolon version of Leyline. So if we are targeted or a permanent of ours is targeted, it deals 2 damage to the player targeting. So it's like a safe Eidolon. What we're thinking is burn is actually a bit of a difficult matchup at times, and Eidolon plus Leyline might give us just enough of the edge to get there. We'll see. Finally, we have Chandra Awakened Inferno, which is probably the card I'm most excited about, and hopefully we'll run into blue-white or maybe Esper. Can't be countered, gives our opponent an emblem, can do essentially an Anger or a Slagstorm-esque effect, or just completely obliterates something typically, and then it exiles. So we can get rid of a Planeswalker, we can get rid of creatures, we can get rid of a very big creature, we can just start ending the game with our uptick, and it can't be countered. That is the deck. Lots of Chandras. It's time to take Chandra out basically on a date here. Here we go. Modern Chandra Trio Prison. Let's play some Magic. Alright. We have found our opponent. Match 1. Here we go. Chandra Trio Prison in Modern. Featuring some M20 cards here. Chandra Acolyte, Chandra Awakened, Leyline of Combustion. We do get to play first, so we'll definitely do that. We have our Chandra. We have not too much of a explosive start here. I'll go ahead and keep it. We'll just hope our opponent is not on something extremely super fast and super spicy here. gemstone. Temporal Mastery. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that one. Opponent Ops. So we're probably against taking turns here. Our Blood Moons are probably not that powerful, dare I say? We'll see. We have to remember the London Mulligan rule is also in effect here. And so if we do have something that doesn't quite look correct starting hand, we'll definitely want to pitch that. Opponent Serum Visions. Setting up their next turns. They scried both cards to the top. A little bit worrisome. Let's go ahead and start with our Chalice on 1. Pass the turn. We have Chandra. I guess I want to... Oh, okay. Take another turn, opponent. Okay. This is where we actually might hurt a little bit. And I say we might hurt a little bit only because my opponent, 1, might start taking a lot of turns for one thing. But 2, we don't have the fastest of clocks. And I'm expecting some versions of counterspells across from us. We'll see, though. We'll see. I'm going to have to jam her. Chandra Acolyte. Here we go. The very first time we cast this card. Does it stick? It does. All right, well. Let's make some elementals. Rush in there. I'm expecting something like a Dictate across from us. Maybe a Dictate at end of turn. Sacrificing these. Alright. Yeah, Dictate. Alright, let's get going, opponent. So we have Chandra here that we can play uptick and use the other Chandra's ability. If we like. We'll see. We'll see. I'm afraid of many turns. There's Jace. Okay. You can't necessarily kill Jace here, so my opponent can set some things up here. Oh, now we can kill Jace. Well, here's what I was kind of talking about here. We can Chandra, and then, let's see here, we can Koth. We can Koth down tick, play Chandra, but I think it's Koth, swing in with elements and Koth, and then if we get another turn, let's see here, if we had 4 mana, I can put something at 4. Probably not enough. So let's go ahead and Koth here. And let's just kind of go with everything here. Keep in mind, if Jace wasn't here, we would be doing 6 damage to our opponent. It's pretty good. I'm expecting Temporal Mastery or something here. Oh, Temple of Epiphany. Interesting. They put the card on top. Temporal Mastery is 7. I don't think I can put a Chalice on 7. It's a little aggressive. I'm expecting some sort of Bolt here? Cryptic? Giga Drowse. Okay, so they're gonna essentially try to time walk us. This is during upkeep. I can't do anything with what's going on here. So we could hit him for 6, or I can set up Koth Emblem. Eidolon's not a bad draw here. So we can play... Let's see here. We can play Mountain here. I could Eidolon. Tick up and then Emblem this. And if I ever get to untap here, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 potentially. And I'm assuming they're going to take some damage here. Let's just do this. This is why we put her in. I don't think we're going to get there because I think my opponent's just going to like take a bunch of turns, but this is what? Oh. Yeah. Maybe the Eidolon was it. Maybe that was it. They can't cantrip. Chalice on 1. Did that just happen? Whew. All right. Leyline sounds pretty fun. Chandra sounds interesting. Eidolon does. Spyglass does. Nothing else, really. What's not doing it here? Probably Slagstorm. The Abrades could hit their Howling Mines. I think I'll keep those around. I'm guessing Bridge essentially is probably bad. And then if I could ditch one more card, what would it probably be? I hate to say a Blood Moon, but it's probably the correct play. Bringing in Leylines, Eidolon, Spyglass. Maybe the question is this even going to happen? It's probably better than a Bridge, right? It's probably better than a Bridge. Do I want 2 of them? Is that just a little too crazy? The beginning of your upkeep. So this would force them. We're not here not to play her, right? Just play her and uptick, and now when they want to take a million turns? Oh, maybe this is okay. Maybe this is okay. All right. Okay. Things are coming together. Oh my goodness. Do I just keep this? I feel like I could do better. We'll just keep it. Can't target me with Jace. It's going to be a problem. I can put this Chalice out on 1 if I'd like. Okay, Blood Moon's an okay card, I suppose. Ooh, I'm going to try to get that Blood Moon out. Let's try to do that. They didn't play anything at 1 anyway, so Chalice on 1 seems weak. Seems weak. Whoa. Oh, tap out here. I'm very confused, but it's okay. I don't think it's really okay, but it's okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and Blood Moon them here. And maybe they don't have a bunch of Manamorphos? I thought they were, like, taking turns. Did they sideboard me here? And doing a whole different plan? Okay. It's probably just Chalice on 1 here. Oh, yeah. Chalice on 1, then Chalice on 2, possibly. Chandra tick down, kill Thing in the Ice. I don't know. I thought we were against turns. Let's go ahead and Chandra, and we're just going to tick down, kill Thing in the Ice, pass turn. Ooh. Chandra's doing it. I don't think this is going to do anything now, but that's okay. That is okay. I think I want to end the game a lot faster than anything else. Ooh, Eidolon would have helped end the game. Swinging in with Koth. So we played Koth, Chandra tick up, all that good stuff. Maybe they'll abrade this. They're abrading. They take 2 from... Take 2. Oh, now I kind of want another Chalice out here. But if they like bolts, that's 6 damage to them. Oof. Oof. Uh-oh. They've found an island. They have found an island. Well, let's tick up for damage. Let's start there. Oh, another Leyline would have been kind of hilarious. Put a Chalice on 1, or attempt to. Let's swing in with a Mountain and just pass the turn, I think. We either get a Koth emblem going, or they have to, like, try to... I don't know. I don't know what my opponent can do. I think we got lucky with the Blood Moon. We took 1 out not thinking it was going to be that powerful. Okay, we have Snapcaster Mage coming in. If they target anything with the Abrade, they take an additional 2. They target my Mountain and block my Mountain. Okay. This is about to be an emblem. Emblem and 2 damage. Seems good. Then 2 from Chandra and then repeat the following turn. I think we got it. Against turns, Thing in the Ice. You know, whatever this is doing. Whatever this might be doing. I'll just hit him for 2 here. I feel pretty confident about this one. If they target me with anything, they'll take 2. If they target Chandra, they'll take 2. So if Chandra's like guaranteed another 2 damage here, I can hit them with the mountains. I'm good with all of this. I can do that. That's good. Go for it. Snapcaster. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. You can do that. 2 damage to Chandra. We hit them for 2 here and finish the game. Finish the game. Walking Ballista is kind of cool. 1, 2, 3. I both ye. I think we got it. Match 1. With a few acolytes. A little bit of turns. Thing in the Ice. We might have something here. Alright, 1-0. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the next match. Heck yeah. Leyline of Combustion. Who would have thought? Alright. Match 1 went surprisingly well. We're finding our opponents. Let's go into match 2. We're expecting some of the tier decks. The London Mulligan rule should be in effect. We definitely know we'll be challenged by some of those. But when you get a hand like this, and you said you wanted to play some Chandra, well, then let's play some Chandra. This one's a little bit interesting. I could Ritual out the Chandra, then she can pick at 2 damage, and then I could tick her down to play Koth because I've used the Ritual. This does put her in bolt range or other usually smaller creature range, but it doesn't make this as scary here. Opponent mulls to 5. So we have another island-based deck here. Get a Ritual. I'm jamming her. I don't see any reason not to. Oh, we found blue-white. Chalice is kind of tempting here. Chalice is kind of tempting, but I think I want to try this Chandra. Maybe they won't counter it. I mean, if they do, I guess I'm just slamming Koth, right? Oh, nice. So we create the 2 elementals and just swing here. I don't imagine any paths are going to hit any of these elementals, so it should be 2 guaranteed damage. Nice. Okay. So, exactly this. You could downtick play Koth off this Desperate Ritual. It is a thing you could do. Are we going to? Probably not. We are going to go ahead and attempt to play Koth, though. My opponent didn't counter Chandra. They're not apparently countering this either. So let's just hit them for 6 here on turn 3. There we go. We don't have that many mountains, but we could be embleming Koth on turn 4. Right on time. Elementals are gone. Like, this strategy is so good against Supreme Verdict, or even like any other Wrath. Maybe not Cryptic, but ooh. Okay. Little Vendilion click here. All right. You have a small problem in the air. It's the tiniest of problems. There's a Wrath of God that they got rid of. Exactly. Look at that. That card does not work against us. It's too slow. Too slow. All right. So the question is, where does Vendilion Click go here? I'm assuming it's going to go at Koth because they can see we're about to emblem with Koth. that is where I assume it will go, and it does. Okay. Celestial Colonnade. I feel... Wow. You could uptick, replayer, and do something. We're not going to go that line, but it's a line you could do. Let's attempt a Walking Ballista just on one here. Nothing too fancy here. There's an opt. A Chalice on one could be a little bit beneficial here. So it lands. I think just to get as much damage as we can in here, I'm just gonna untap, use Chandra's elements, and just run it in. I don't see any reason not to just smash in for 6 here. And if they try to path Walking Ballista, we just take out the click. So we're probably short of a guess. I suppose Snapcaster would prevent Koth from doing Kothing. Oh, okay. We'll let them path a land. That is fine. If we would have upticked to put a counter here, arguably if this were to resolve next turn, we could uptick, play uptick, and get this to 5 and emblem. It is a option. Alright. I'm assuming this is going to hit here. Yep. I would like to keep Koth around, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, opponent. Seems like an okay thing to do here. Okay. Land. Is there anything I care to do here? Maybe we attempt a no. Let's go ahead and make a mountain here. Let's create some elementals again. I just don't think Chalice is worth it here. I want to hit for 6. I want to hit for 6 before Colonnade becomes a thing. I might even just Slagstorm them. I'm like really cool with this. I take them to 1. So now they have to deal with Koth. They have to deal with Chandra here. This feels a-okay. Alright, the castle. The castle's here. Blue-white. Blue-white is what we wanted to run into. I actually felt like blue-white would be difficult game 1. I think my opponent is more of a tempo-based blue-white. Some colonnades here. Oh, there's Chandra. Oh, goodness. Let's make 2 elementals. Let's tap this. Let's untap. Maybe tapping untapping was incorrect. Because now they'll cryptic here. Yes, cryptic. What I can do is play another down, or I could try to do something with Chalice. Let me try to play new Chandra here and get Koth up to emblem territory. And just kind of threaten the emblem, threaten Chandra here. They have to deal with all of this, and then we can Chandra just hit them for 1. I like where we stand here. I like it very, very much. I think we're in control. Does my opponent have an out? Double blue. Double blue white. Detention sphere, detention sphere. We still win with our Chandra. Alright, so they're returning this Koth. to hand. They play a land. So I think I just threaten here with this Chandra and make them do something. Oh, timely. Quite timely. Okay. Our Slagstorm feels a little weird now being down here. But let's see here. How much can I threaten here? You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could just Slagstorm this away and put this Chandra into play. One, 2, 3, 4 here, this Chandra, and just Slagstorm the board away. I guess actually that was something to do here. Down tick and just play Slagstorm a few turns ago. We'll learn the nuances. We'll learn the nuances. Let's pick Slagstorm here. I just want to clear, I think. It seems okay. Now they have to kind of boot up Colonnade to start threatening this Chandra. Otherwise, my Acolyte's going to help it get to emblem status. Okay, we're doing stuff. Obviously, I'm a little afraid of, like, say, a Cryptic or whatever. Teferi? Nope, boots up this Colonnade. So this Colonnade doesn't kill this Chandra, so this is at least 2 damage coming through. Ah, they deal with this Chandra. Fair enough, fair enough. Plays another Colonnade. Simian Spirit Guide. I mean, I guess if this resolves and they don't have removal here, we just win. I say just win. We technically have 1 more turn here. But we'll put them to 1 again. Snap timely, I suppose, is a problem for us again. Got there. Okay. We probably punted a couple of those with interacting with Chandra Acolyte to the graveyard. We don't normally have that flashback capability, so we need to remember that's one of her options as well. All right, let's go to sideboard. Sideboard. Chandra Awakened, the Leylines as well. Come here. And the Spyglass and the Eidolon. I believe those are what I want. Bridges out. I think Slagstorm is okay to take out as well. And last time we took a Blood Moon out, but that's because we thought they were more just straight blue. Man, I like all these planeswalkers. I like them all. Walking Ballista is a good finisher. They're probably going to bring in a bunch of Dovins and or negates. Blood Moon's still very good. Maybe Chalice isn't as powerful in this matchup now because we're not having to protect ourselves from Path. And if they do play Path, for example, they're just pathing, for the most part, mountains. 4 Eidolons and 2 Walking Ballistas are pathable as well. I like this, perhaps. Torpor Orb, we don't typically bring it in for the blue-white matchup. We just don't think it's worthwhile. Spyglass is kind of interesting here. I think I'll keep this, and we'll get rid of a Braid and look to Spyglass and maybe just name a fetch land here. Opponent plays a mountain and passes. Let's see what we're up against. So we have a Hallowed Fountain. We have a Field of Ruin, a Mana Leak. I guess I don't care about most of this, so I can probably just name, like, Jace or Teferi. I'll name Jace. The other option is to name maybe Colonnade. Path, Op, Mana Leak, Dovin's Veto. We'll just name Jace the Mind Sculptor. I could also name something like Flooded Strand, but I think that's a little bit aggressive. We were hoping to hit maybe a fetch land of sorts. And then top deck this awesome Blood Moon. So Hallowed Fountain, they'll shock it in so they have the counter magic up. We don't have anything to play here, so we'll just pass it straight back. Not going to play Scavenger Grounds just yet, just to keep it away from the Field of Ruin for 1 more turn. Although next turn it's probably just gone. There's a Field of Ruin. There's a Leyline of Combustion. Let's start with that and see if that interests my opponent. That is a silly card, isn't it, opponent? That card's just silly. This is the Test the Waters. And if it resolves, anything I play that lands will be at least a shock, probably, to deal with. The question is, how often are they going to be hitting my cards? They think it's okay. All right, so we're going to play through counters. They plan to counter everything before it hits. Field of Ruin Scavenger Grounds here. Go get your, probably blue or white here. This is fine. All right. I would like them to have hit the gemstone since I picked up another gemstone, but what are you going to do? I fully expect them to continue to remain untapped for mana. There's a Colonnade. There's something we could have named. So we have counters still up for our opponent. I think we'll play Chandra here. I think Koth is a little bit stronger. The best top deck here is probably Chandra Awakend. Probably just that. So there's a mana leak. So we have Veto, Path, Unknown cards. Again, they're just trying to counter everything before it lands on the battlefield. There's that Flooded Strand. There's an Abrade. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. I don't want to play the Gemstone Caverns on the off chance I get the Awakened. That being said, Colonnade is almost online. Gets a second Plains. That's kind of interesting. Has an island. Choosing not to do anything. Okay, there's Acolyte. Well, let's start with her. Again, I'm still going to hold this for the time being. I expect another counter. Snapcaster. Mana Leak. We'll allow Mana Leak to be fired off, and then I'll try to Abrade Snapcaster here. See if they want to use this Veto. They don't. So we still have Veto. Us resolving something's going to just be difficult. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and attempt Koth here. He's not going to resolve. I'm trying to open the door up for Blood Moon because Colonnade is probably the way they win this. So they had Cryptic. Alright, so they still have Veto. Still have Veto. Really could use our big Chandra. No big Chandra. We know about the Veto, so I'll try to play 2 spells in 1 turn, maybe. Alright, we'll play Chandra here. Again, we're just trying to get a Blood Moon down to turn this off. There's a lot of ways they could get around it. Alright. They had another Cryptic, so we'll wait on this card. We'll try again in the future. Oh. Let's see if this gets attention. Chalice on 2. Ironically, it doesn't do anything to Veto, but it would do things to Snapcaster and Mana Leaks. Alright, they didn't like that. I think it's worth a shot here now. I'm assuming they have another counter. But if not, we get the Colonnade offline. Hey! Alright. That's positive. Okay. Let's just hold this card. Make it look like we got something good. We're looking for something to finish this game out. And it's probably Chandra Awakened at this point. Little Eidolon. Probably won't do a whole lot. They might think this path is fine, but they'll take 4 to do it. Okay. You got it, opponent. Supreme Verdict. You got it. Just blast the Eidolon away. Alright. What finisher do you have, opponent? Angel's pretty good. Angel is pretty good. There's another Eidolon. We'll pass turn here. They're going to gain a lot. Alright, so we're looking at a little bit of an older version of blue-white, I think. I'm not so sure how many are still playing so much of the Angels, but more like the Rest in Peace and other things like that. Alright, we take 5. Let's attempt this Chalice on 2. Resolves. Actually getting Big Chandra now would mean I could kill Lyra. I almost want a third Big Chandra, but that's wrong. That's wrong deck building. Alright, we'll take 5 again. They're at 23. I guess I'm just swinging here. We don't have bridge in the main anymore. We took it out. And we take it out because if the game goes to, example, 17 turns, we typically lose. Big Chandra? Alright. Let's go to game 3 here. Not Big Chandra. They're going to just hit us for 5 in the air. Okay. Is there anything I want to be doing differently? Bridge obviously stops that angel from attacking us. I don't think that's where I want to be. I could maybe take 1 Chalice out and do that. This Spyglass didn't do a whole lot. Maybe take 1 of Braid out and kind of go with that line. Just a 1 of. This was probably incorrect. Probably incorrect. Okay, let's play first. Well, we have a fast Blood Moon. I think I got to keep this. Fast Blood Moon, Eidolon. The bridge is really awkward to have here. But I like this. Maybe we can get this Blood Moon down. We'll see what basic they would like to play with. Looks like they're going to be playing with a basic a basic island. Chalice right behind this is okay. I'm hoping for no Spell Pierce here. I don't think they have it though. Good. Alright. Opt it is. I'd rather them opt than the Chalice. Although they put the card right on the top, so it's probably oh, it's just another island. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and try Chalice 1. I'm expecting a mana leak or something of sorts here. Spell Snare. Opt. Chalice on 1 would have done some things. They put the card on top again. What did you get, opponent? I really think it's just try for Chalice on 1 again. They have Serums and Ops and Fledgestrand. Alright, land is nice to see here. We'll attempt Chalice on 1 again. See if they have another Spell Snare. Force of Negation. Okay. Fair enough. We'll try to land Eidolon, I guess, next. They have Cryptic now. All the islands. Goodness me. Try for Eidolon here. Counterbalance. Maybe that's what they were keeping on top of their deck the whole time. A bunch of islands. Could be. Could be. This bridge isn't looking terrible anymore. Alright. Counterbounce. It's not looking terrible because they might just get too white here. And that would be disappointing. We might attempt the Spyglass here. Worst thing I hit is Flooded Strand. Best thing is something interesting in their hand. Oh boy, we're struggling on lands here. They're thinking about Vendilion Click here. We have only 3 cards left. If we could draw some lands, we could probably do some bad stuff to them. This, to me, says they don't have maybe a counter for this Blood Moon. Just because casting this... Okay, there she is. Let's play Spyglass here. They should crack that in response. They do not. So we have a Dovin's Veto, Path, and a Vendilion Click number 2. We're going to say okay to this and just say Flooded Strand. So they have a way to get rid of the Awakened Inferno, which is a bummer. But they know I have Chandra. Maybe they're a little bit worried about me playing Chandra. Maybe they take this bridge. I don't know. I'm a long way away from Chandra Awakened Inferno, so there's that. They have no counters, so that's important to note. A little surprised they did the Vendilion Click there. If they let me play Blood Moon, they just go get basic. And then from there are okay, I guess. I'm expecting upkeep again here. Oh, it's just Jace. Oh, Jace. Jace. Buddy. Pal. I mean, what do they do? Uptick here and... Uptick and then let us get a land? If we get a land, we play Chandra, kill this, and then on our turn, as long as they don't Vendilion Click this away. So they draw 3. They can't shuffle right now. I really want to land here, Chandra just tick down, and maybe get there. Glacial Fortress. These cards are somewhere. There's a land. Alright, well, we're just going to do that. Land, Chandra, down tick. And pass back. Maybe they path their own Vendilion Click here to get the shuffle. Which would mean they... I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Come on. Don't click me. Leave Dovin's Veto up. It's safe, opponent. It's safe. Problem is they can do both. It's safe, opponent, and just let me slam this. That's all I ever want. Slam this, put it to 8. Oh, feel the ruin. Alright, alright. Oh, that's not a bad draw. We get to mana. Yes. They think they're safe. Chandra Awakened Inferno. Can't be countered, opponent. Cannot be countered. The rage is boiling up within my opponent. Roar. I really think it's just uptick. I know we could kill Jace here, but then we just die to the Vendilion Click that they probably have in hand. I think Chandra's just an uptick here. It's really hard for them to deal with. And I think this uptick here pretty closely guarantees that we'll be doing 2 a turn. Now 2 a turn's a thing. Not to mention this one can actually add some too. That felt good. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Alright. I almost don't care what the rest of this league does. This feels good. I'll take my mountain. They feel the runas. And what? Click? You don't want to bounce this. That doesn't make any sense. Imagine if I drew the other one here and they don't click me. I just like uptick this and then uptick and slam another one. Oh. Oh, I'm dreaming. Man, on 8. Okay. So they bounce that with the idea that Vendilion Click's going to come down, and I suppose the idea here is that they're going to get rid of it. So I don't do it again. It seems reasonable. It seems like a reasonable way to get rid of it. Assuming they still have that Vendilion Click. They've drawn a bajillion cards, though. We're at still 17 life here. I think at this point I might just try to bridge to prevent them from I don't know, attacking me. What is this? Another Cryptic? Okay, Teferi, exile this. Upticks. So they still have Vendilion Click available to them. But I guess if they Vendilion Click here, I'm just going to like Koth, slam in, and kill something here. That would be my guess, because then they won't have any counters. Yeah, that's fine, opponent. That's totally fine. By all means, go ahead and take her. I guess I don't slam in because this is in the way, although I could just, I could abrade this away. And then I can kill Jace. Maybe a little bit afraid of this Teferi, but I don't know. I mean, if they take... I mean, if they just take something else, I guess I just replay her, right? 2 damage a turn? Alright, so they take her. I mean, realistically, I think it's just Koth, slam Koth down. Kill this. So land, 1, 2, 3, 4, Koth. Let's remove the Vendilion Click here. And then... do I care about Jace or Teferi more? If I hit them for 4, it makes it a 14 turn clock. Maybe I care about this Teferi a little bit more. I mean, Jace is kind of scary too. They can just path something in the future so they don't take as much damage. Alright. I'm going to kill Jace. They probably have a second Jace here. But if they have to play the second Jace, then they're, you know, not as untapped, I suppose. Alright. Take 1, opponent. Let's see how far this Awakened Chandra gets. Opponent upticks with Teferi. Draws a card. Baneslayer. So we have the ability to kill this. Chandra tick down Chandra, and they'll have to dove in, and then I can bridge. It's not great, but then I have this upticked here as well. And so if they don't deal with this the following turn, we do something with it. Can shoot them. I guess Teferi can balance Koth. What do we try to do? Bridge. They counter that, and then we Acolyte. Well, we didn't get Acolyte, so... even playing Bridge here, Teferi just kind of is like, that's fine. Flying first strike's a real problem. So down tick. Then I play Chandra, they counter, then I play bridge. And sad things happen. Maybe I'm supposed to just uptick with Chandra here. First strike's a problem. I really want to get rid of this, so if we would have attacked Teferi, I guess that would have been a thing. You know what? Let's start with bridge here. I can start with bridge. If they counter that, then we're likely to be able to Chandra and then use Koth to Chandra as well. They didn't care. They didn't care. Alright, we'll just uptick, I suppose. Maybe I'm supposed to have mana untapped in case of Blood Moon. Leyline of Combustion. We'll play Simian Spirit Guide out here just as a creature. But my opponent's going to bounce bridge and get to attack in here. And they're probably killing, what, Koth? That would be my guess. They Celestial Purge or Koth. Alright, so they had just about everything anyway. So even though our Awakened Inferno is doing some serious damage... Oh, they just go up here with Teferi. That's interesting. Do you have Cryptic for this? That buys us another turn. Flooded Strand turned off here. This is probably the worst named Spyglass. But I'm okay with that. I guess I'll just go up here with Chandra. If I hit something real spicy, I get to play it. Spicy enough. Let's try it. My opponent's also very close to just timing out. It's not necessarily a way I like to win, but could happen. I mean, they're just 3 attacks away. Countered. What I'd like to be able to do here is Chandra tick down, Chandra tick down. It's probably what I'm going to have to try here if they... So they go up again. They're planning to just draw here and exile some stuff. So I think our plan here is to attempt to kill. Acolyte's an interesting one. Let me try to resolve Acolyte here. We're trying to do this because I have an Abrade down here. And I'm kind of curious if I can get this off here. I think they see what's going on now. Well, I want to give it a shot. Why not, right? Maybe they have mana leak. That would be really awkward. I'm pretty confident they'll have they'll have something here. Pretty confident there's a counter across from us. Okay. What are we doing? Teferi Emblem, Jace, Brainstorm, Sad Days. Would have liked to have gotten this in, but it didn't happen. So. Oh, it's Jace. All right, what are we doing, Jace? Exile, Acolyte, Bridge, Chandra. Seems good. Seems appropriate. This doesn't, like, kill us, though. You know what would be really good here is a Leyline of Combustion. That would be good. Let's see what they go after. Acolyte. They might just leave the bridge for the time being. They go after the Spyglass so they can get some mana going. I have a feeling we have a good chance of just winning this by time. Like I said, though, that's a bit disappointing. Another Awakened would be really nice here. It is not. But we will attempt a Chandra. I'm just doing this to basically uptick here and do another 2 points of damage. I'm expecting a counter. There it is. All right, pass turn. The tough thing for me to do is to concede, because even though, I will say this, even though they're going to exile everything, they're not winning yet. And let's assume that they can't find what they need. I mean, it's unlikely. Jace is here, but There's Acolyte. I mean, Acolyte sticks here. There's a couple tokens. At this point, I probably just hit them. They're going to path these, I think. Cryptic. Counter draw. That's just it. They're like exiling my stuff, but they're not winning yet. And if they only run, say, one Baneslayer, for example. Unfortunately, I'm going to play this out. It may be poorly received here. But if you were in paper and you were in match 3 against blue-white in this situation, you could theoretically go to a draw. So that's something that could happen here. Theoretically, my opponent doesn't have another win condition until Celestial Colonnade, which may be actually later. They actually just concede here. And I don't know if they're conceding because of time or what it is. But if they don't hit Colonnade for another, 4 turns here, I actually probably win off the back of this Chandra's emblem. I'm not sure. Leave a comment below what you think about this. We're probably going to lose, but were we? When do they hit their win condition? And do they play more than the one angel? Let us know. That is match 2, though. We got to see it all. Let's keep playing. See you in the next match. All right. Match 3. Here we go. Gonna find our opponent, join the match, doing some things with Chandra Trio Prism in Modern, playing some new cards from M20, giving them a shot here in Modern. All right, we do not get the play. We also have too many lands here. We're gonna mulligan and take this first London mulligan. This one is interesting, but it's very risky. And I have 2 Chandras. I think we're going to test the London mulligan here and go a little bit further. All right, this is a little bit better. We can keep this. I'm going to get rid of this Abrade and probably a Chalice here. I did not get a Scry. That's a bit interesting. Scry was initiated when the London mulligan was going on before. So that's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Utopia Sprawl. We might be on a real back foot here in a moment. We'll play Scavenger Grounds not to give them any hints of what we're playing, although it isn't. It's a card that indicates our deck. We might, if it's Ponza, we might be just going to game 2 here. All right, just Blood Moon, just a Blood Moon deck. Just a Blood Moon deck. I guess we'll go ahead and play it out. Putting this on 1, maybe they have Bolts and Arbor Elves, and they're like, nah, I gotta get the Blood Moon out. And now we just shut off maybe 2 cards in hand. We'll see, we'll see. This is named Red, so they have only 1 green currently. we may play Blood Moon as well. If it's Ponza, it's already a very difficult matchup for us, and we had to mull. All right, it is a Ponza-esque deck. But we're drawing our lands, so we have a shot. We have a shot. I mean, if they just Stone Rain me for the next 3 turns, and then they just Stone Rain me for the next 3 turns here. We're close to Koth. We can do it. We can do it. I believe in you, mountains. All right, you gonna Stone Rain me again, opponent? Are we Blood Mooning? Are we Molten Rain? What are we doing? Come on, have something a little bit different. If you play Acolyte, man, I'll call that a win for both of us. That was one of the other deck types I could see Acolyte fitting into. So if you were to Acolyte here, you hit for 2 little elements and go from there. Ooh, Pillage. My opponent's full force on the full force on the removal of lands here. Going for the hard probably 20-something land destruction spells. Alright, so I'm expecting some 1-drops. They got rid of the Chalice. Arbor Elf. Bird. Bolt. all of the above. There's the Arbor Elf we talked about. Removal spell wouldn't be bad here. I'd take a removal at this point. No removal. We'll go ahead and slam Koth here. No reason not to. My opponent's going to have 2, 4, 5 mana, maybe 6. If they have 6, they can do Prime Time or an Inferno Titan, which is worrisome. 5 mana is scary. Alright, so here's 6. There's 7. They're probably named green here. They do. Green and red. Oh boy, green and red. Titan. Oh yeah, Inferno Titan. 3 damage to this, maybe? 3 damage to this. Seems reasonable. Oh boy. I need one of my bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Oh, I can't downtick. I can't downtick here. If I could downtick, I could make a really big Walking Ballista. We'll make a 3/3 Walking Ballista. How about that? Probably the only way out of this one currently would be to probably draw our bridge. But they have pillage, and so bridge may not be enough. Plays a land. What do we got here? 4 mana. Bloodbraid Elf. Oh yeah, this is Ponza through and through. There's another pillage. Probably hits Walking Ballista here. So let's kill Arbor Elf, and then I guess just 2 of them at this point. And we're gonna take 9. We could take 12 if they send it all my way. Would be 12 if they send it all my way, which is quite a lot. I expect them to do 9 to me and 3 to Koth here, or 1 to me and 2 to Koth. I guess they can split this and maybe pump Inferno Titan, and then if we don't top deck bridge here, we're just dead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big one. Alright, this is actually probably one of our hardest matchups since the beginning. It's just difficult because we're so light on lands that all the stone rain effects makes it extremely difficult. But we will give it a shot. Pillage also makes this a little bit harder because getting Chalice to 3 is going to be hard. Alright, that all being said, let's see what we can do here. I want to almost just bring in the big Chandra, even though it's dangerous and probably never casting. Let's see what we can take out. Blood Moon we can take out. Chalice is okay on 1, that's fine. Slagstorms are okay. Maybe 1 less Anger. I don't need as many. Yeah, this Chandra does not belong here. I like these ley lines in replace of some of these Blood Moons. I like the Torp Orb as well. And I think getting 1 more Eidolon in here is smart. I could see us taking out a Ritual or a Chalice. I guess I'm on the play. It seems odd, but I think I don't want the Chalice. I want to be trying to just attack. And with them having so many of the pillage effects, I'm sure, it's just doesn't feel good. Chalice is going to disappear pretty quickly. All right, we'll do these changes. This one is very heavily unfavored, though. I would not be surprised at a loss, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Leyline of Combustion is exactly what we needed for this. Because, hey, you want to destroy my lands? By all means, take 2. We'll see. And for this one, we're probably going to not edit too much to get it up, because I'd like to get this up pretty much today. So we'll probably just smash this together, all the little matches, and it'll be available to you guys. I try to cut out some of these dead times, like this one right here, but if that doesn't bother you, it would save me a lot of time. So maybe a comment down below that 30 seconds of your time. You let me know. You let me know. All right. All right. I'm going to keep it against my better judgment. Part of the reason for keeping this is I do have the Chalice on one. They tend to do something with Utopia, Sprawl, Arbor Elf, or Bird. And I'm just looking to maybe slow that down. It's not great here, but we'll see how it pans out. So Arbor Elf here. We'll put our, well, actually, I'm concerned enough about this that let's go ahead and Walking Ballista and kill it. That way they don't have the 3 mana here. If they play 2 1-drops, they play 2 1-drops. But maybe they just had, everything. Maybe they just had everything. Well, now I'll go ahead and put it on 1. Maybe the Chalice on 1 was smarter than the Walking Ballista. I don't know. I don't know, chap. Windswept Heath, they have 2, 4, 5, 6. If this is Stone Rain, it's going to make it hard for us to do anything. If this is Inferno Titan, it's also going to be hard for us to do anything. It looks like it's Inferno Titan. Ugh. Oh, it might be just 2 Stone Rains, which will make it nearly impossible for me to come back now. Like I said, this matchup's very difficult. It becomes very one-sided. We're trying to ramp out and ritual out our pieces with effects that don't stay in play. Arbor Elf obviously stays in play, and that's where it's pretty good. So if we were to play that Walking Ballista on the next turn, wow, they don't have anything behind this. Bummer. Well, maybe I'll hit another land. If I hit another land, it's probably Chandra tick down and then try to Koth. Boy, oh boy, don't hit anything. Don't hit anything. I mean, I guess they didn't do anything last turn, right? Oh, don't Stone Rain this. So they Stone Rain essentially again. And now what do we have? Oh gosh, it's Rabble Master. Well, we have the Slag Storm. I guess that's good if I can hit two back-to-back mountains here. We're really trying. Like I said, Acolyte would be good here. They could Acolyte and then re-Stone Rain here at this point. Woo! 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 That sounds good. Maybe something to try. Alright, I need... That kind of signals that they're probably not doing anything. I need a mana source of some sort. Oh, we got it. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, we gotta do 3 damage to each creature. I would love to play Chandra or something out here, but this is where we gotta be. But we might take a little bit of this from my opponent. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no, Bloodbraid Elf? Oh gosh. Where's my bridge? Thundermaw. Alright. Chandra, uptick, play Eidolon. Next turn, Chandra downtick, play Chandra downtick. No damage to me, please. Okay, weather the storm. Gonna gain a little bit and take a little bit. Okay. Does this just swing in here? It's got to, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, we're gonna try for it. So 4 damage. Chandra. New Chandra. 4 damage. Past turn. It is my only hope. In some ways, maybe they draw just a Stone Rain. Awkward. Anything just about kills me here. That'll do it. Alright, Ponza. You get this one. We'll be back for you another time. Ponza, a very difficult matchup. Not surprised that I lost there. That's alright, though. We're up 2-1. Let's go to match number 4. Alright. We're doing A-OK here. Finding our next opponent. Match 4. We're up 2-1. 2-1 for just putting something immediately together with some of the new cards. I'm pretty good with it. Seeing some of the power of some of the new cards. See how it goes. Oh, goodness. That's not a keepable hand. All right. We're going to mulligan this. Let's find something else. Turn 1 Blood Moon's usually pretty good. We'll get rid of an extra Koth here. See, it says put a card on the bottom of your library. Click done to proceed. The last card clicked will be on the bottom. All right, so that's cool. So London Mulligan rule must not include anything to do with scrying. Blue-white. Blue-white. All right, let's see if we can't steal this game. We're going to try. We are going to try. Force of Negation is a card. Here we go. Forced. Please. It's my only hope. Oh. Forced with a Cryptic. Alright, well, we're very far from playing anything here in this game. Watcher for tomorrow. Couldn't get there. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Gonna be a tough one. All right. Well, we hit our land. That's step number 1. My opponent doesn't have too many cards. I suppose that's good. Land and then maybe like a cantrip. No cantrip. 2 damage. Land. Ooh, all right. I'm not gonna rush out a bridge here. It just feels like that's asking to be. Ooh. Maybe I should have rushed out a bridge. So we're playing against another like blue-white, more tempo-based than control-based. Oh, that Chandra is painful to see. Another Watcher. I mean, at this point, I guess I'm looking for land. Then I play Chandra, down tick, kill Vendilion click at this point. Opponent's almost out of cards. Slagstorm off the top would probably be the best. We're going to take 5 here. Go to 13. Alright, we found a land. We'll go ahead and Desperate Ritual and Chandra. Tick down, kill Vendilion click here. Do you have another 4? Oh, I was going to say, if you had another Force. Woo! Alright, so we're going to take 5, 6, 7 here. Go to 6. I guess if we don't hit the land or Slagstorm here, we lose. And if this is just a counter, we lose anyway. This is a very aggressive blue-white build for blue-white. Land? Alright, do you have a counter? Is your last card a counter spell, opponent? Oh my gosh. Okay. They started casting something. Blue-white. Don't find it, opponent. You gonna keep that top card? Snapcaster. Snapcaster I would keep. If it wasn't a Snapcaster, I would just bottom it. If it's not a counter spell. Go for the win here. Go for the win, opponent. Uh-oh, they put it on top and they drew it. Oh gosh, is it Snapcaster? Did I will them into a great card here? Oh, it's a path. Oh, it's a path. So now the land wins it for them. Them sneakies. Them sneakies. Land? Ah, land. They boot up Colonnade and just smack us around. Alright. Alright, alright. Sideboard. We have a sideboard plan for this. But I might leave a few more bridges in than normal. Alright. We did mold to 5. Mold to 5. Alright. Begin these sideboards. Eidolon's going to come in. Inferno. Leylines. Probably Torp Orb in this one and Spyglass. What is not very good here? Usually it's bridges. I mean, maybe I'm just supposed to do the bridges with the idea that I'm going to remove a lot of their cards. And maybe I'd get rid of these Abrades and go more for like the Anger package. Could be something we could try. Walking Ballista seems okay. I'm going to take Chalice out. Let's take Chalice, Abrades, and Bridges and bring in Anger, Spyglass, Torp Orb, Leyline, Eidolon, all that good stuff. We're just going to go super ham here. I know I said about keeping the bridge in, but they're just not going to play Magic. That's the plan. That's the plan here. Opponent doesn't play Magic. We win game. Right? That's what they're doing. All right. What do you got for us, opponent? I'm assuming they're going to keep in things that are going to be removing creatures, and we don't have too many of those. Too many creatures in this build. It's probably the one reason I like Chandra Acolyte, but I do... Obviously, the speed of something like a Rabble Master in typical Pyro Prison would be nice to have here. I'm trying to see if this Chandra Awakened Inferno does enough. And I'm close to saying it can. They had to deal with it immediately in our last blue-white matchup. So this blue-white matchup, will it matter? Let's find out. All right, opponent. Let's go. Got you. All right. Would I like to play first? Absolutely. Whoa, Chandra, we definitely want to play you, just not that much. All right, we're going to take an immediate mulligan here. This hand's interesting. So it's interesting because I can play like a Walking Ballista. That's kind of cool. I have these Anger Slag Storms. I'm almost tempted to go one more here. I have other cards, and if they don't have the creatures and they have to just cantrip, then these just aren't doing a lot. So let's take one more mulligan here. All right, I like this a whole heck of a lot better here. Do they keep a force? Probably. They probably keep a force, right? Well, let's see if they have a force. You have a force, opponent? If they do, we're down to one card, and we're just probably losing this. All right, Blood Moon Sticks. Okay, we have a game, sort of. Oh no, they have an island. Oh, we hit something. All right. We are so far away from doing a whole lot of things, and one of the Chandra is on the bottom. There's a mana leak. All right. Well, we have them off white, which maybe makes me feel a little bit better. Land? I'll take an Eidolon. It's not the greatest here. I need a couple lands, and I need, well, realistically, I need a lot. I need everything. I need everything in the book at this point. I need like 4 lands, and I need a Chandra and a Koth and an Acolyte and another Eidolon, and I needed everything. That's all right. We'll see if white is that important for this matchup. I think it is because they have purges and paths. This resolving probably will do some damage. Probably do some damage. Opponent opts, and they're trying to decide. They keep the card on top. They drew it. Question is it counter? Maybe it's their planes. That's another island, probably. All right, well, Let's attack in here. I don't think I want to run Blood Moon out into a counter. Cryptic just smells like what's happening here. Cryptic Blood Moon. Yeah, and they would have gotten this one as well. So we avoid that. Flooded Strand, go fetch a basic planes would be most disappointing. Alright. We'll just jam Blood Moon here. If they have the counter, they can counter tap. That's fine. Flooded Strand, basic planes, and gotta have a no counter. Alright. Alright, we'll swing in here. Little surprised no counter. Vendilion click. So they're just gonna block this. I mean, I don't think they take anything here. Maybe if they have a removal for Blood Moon here, like Celestial Purge, they take our other Blood Moon. But I think they leave everything in the hand. I'd be surprised if they change it. Yeah. There you go. And a block here. And a block. No block. Kind of interesting. They just purged the Celestial Purge, the Eidolon. Okay, so they had the Celestial Purge for the Blood Moon. Could have blocked and then they'd have all their mana. They'd have this going for them. Let's see if they have a counter. They do. Snapcaster Mana Leak here. Alright, so blue-white has, at least this version has changed into more of a tempo blue-white than anything. I cannot pay that. So we're on a 3-turn clock here. I guess I need one of the sweepers I brought in. Because I did bring them in. Serum Visions. So our immediate Blood Moon didn't keep them off too much. This is one of our problems with blue-white. Spyglass. Let's take a peek here. Path and Flooded Strand. I'll just name Jace the Mind Sculptor, I suppose. Just in case they draw it. Opt. So if we have the sweeper, we have a chance here. I say that simply because they don't have counters. They don't have really anything very threatening in hand. That being said, we have one draw for it. I have no braids, but I have the sweepers. Here it is. Oh, there's Teferi. Teferi? Alright. You got it, opponent. Blue-white takes us down. Blood Moons weren't very good. We had a couple mulls there. It's the first time we've mulled too heavily with the London Mulligan rule. Didn't benefit us, unfortunately. We'll keep tabs on that. Didn't really see the Acolytes. Didn't really see much of the core of the deck here. It's going to happen. We're 2-2. See you in the final match. All right. Final match. Match number 5 here. Pretty happy with how we've played so far. A couple of little punts here and there. Ran into blue-white like we expected and hoped. Kind of have mixed feelings about how that match went. Both blue-white matches. Match 5 though. See if we can come out with a 3-2. Completely off the cuff here. Just slammed cards into this deck. Bringing in M20. Seeing if it's worth it. And right now it's doing A-okay. A little bit of tweaking, different numbers, slight adjustments, and I could see something happening here. For sure. Oh no, our league matchmaking failed. We gotta find another opponent. We'll talk about some ideas and changes, what we liked about the cards, what we didn't like about certain cards, and maybe from there we can get on to a second iteration of this and figure out what might be a Chandra Tribal Prison deck. All right, match 5. Here we go. Gonna keep it. Turn 2 Blood Moon. Technically a turn 2 Chandra. Turn 2 nothing at this point because they're gonna take something. This is our foily Chandra, by the way. we were struggling to get this card, and we finally found a vendor that was selling our 4th version, but it was foil. But I took it. I wanted to play the card. I wanted to get this out to you guys. We're against Jund or black green. Oh, they took Acolyte. They took Acolyte, and we top decked a Simian Spirit Guide. So I'm going to play Blood Moon in case they're not mono black. If they're Jund, ooh, got him. All right. Now we're very far away from really doing a whole lot of damage to them, but we'll see. Seasoned Pyromancer, they're going to get to look for cards. Slagstorm's looking A-okay. It would be nice if it was an Anger. It would get rid of Pyromancer a little bit easier. Ooh. Alright, 3 damage. You know you like it when you're just like, ooh, that off the top. So no land here. We get to Chandra though, and we're guaranteeing that we'll get it next turn. Ooh. Ooh. I like this. This is panning out. Alright. Hits for 2 elementals, passing the turn back to our Jundi opponent. We have obviously Blood Moon, my opponent. We get to slam Chandra here. Didn't have to get the ritual. Uptick for damage. 0 tick for 2 more. Swinging in. Now it's not as fast as a Rabble Master, but Chandra Acolyte kind of avoids some weird scenarios. Pyromancer's little critters come back. We could theoretically Slagstorm these away if they didn't go for this Chandra, but they do. Let's go for damage here. I don't even want that. I don't want that. So here's a fun thing. They're gonna send maybe 2 at this, and we're gonna braid. Oh, they fatal pushed one of my elementals. So here they're gonna swing 2. I almost guarantee they're gonna swing 2 at this and then try to deal with this later. And I'm gonna get an emblem here. I'm just gonna get an emblem. I'm gonna braid one of theirs. This is at 0 or 1. And then I just uptick here and an emblem. Yes, I want to do this all the time. This is great. If I'm not Rabble Mastering, I want to do exactly that. That was nice. I know it was Blood Moon, but it was nice. Let's just enjoy that moment. All right. Spyglass seems good. My opponent targets me a bunch, so let's do some Leylines. This is the matchup I actually am excited for Leyline. I can see an Eidolon here, and I actually can see maybe an Anger and maybe Big Chandra. So these 7 look interesting. What's not looking interesting here? Let's see here. So Koth is kind of interesting to attack, but he could die pretty easily. Arguably Chalice is good, but I'm going to play this game since we're up 1 and try removing Chalice to bring in these kind of Leyline of Combustions and like let my opponent target my stuff. Let them target me if they want. That's the idea here. I think I can go down 1 Koth. I wish one of these was a Hazoret for this matchup. This one's probably just too hard to cast. But I want to try it. Let's not do the Eidolon. Let's do this. And let's take out... let's take out 1 Walking Ballista. I would not recommend this configuration. I just want to try things. We're here to try to learn, not necessarily to play perfectly. That is why we are here. That is why we are playing the Chandras. That is why I bring you these things. Alright, let's keep... If they take these, which is very likely, but they don't. But if they were to take those, we have so many rituals that we can draw just about anything. So, we'll see how this goes. We're not getting that Blood Moon either here. My opponent is like, no, I'm not having that happen to me again. That's fine, opponent. I respect that. There's Dark Confidant. Wow. This is interesting. Alright. Let's play bridge. Kind of slow my opponent from attacking me, maybe. I'd really like to have had this down. Okay. This is okay. We'll discard... Let's discard a mountain here. Okay. The idea is maybe this will attack me and then I get Chandra Acolyte down and ping this. That seems okay to me. Or am I just Leyline? No. I need Acolyte. Can I undo what I just did? I don't need the mana. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's just do Leyline now. They can make us discard one more here, but now as they target me or do something with me, then this Leyline will punish them. Alright, Liliana the Veil. Kind of scary. I guess it's kind of scary because now they can just play other Liliana the Veil now and just make me discard again if they want to go that route. Okay. We get an Inquisition here. Okay, so Leyline's got to go the distance here. Come on, Leyline. Please. Please. Dark Confidant hits a Dark Confidant. Okay. They are hurting. We discard. They play Plague Engineer. Do they name Human here? What do they name? Human to get rid of this? Name's Elemental. Okay. Alright. Alright, I respect that. I respect that. Let's see another 2 damage. Another 2 damage. They could Assassin's Trophy this. They target me, taking 2 damage. Yeah. Sure. Liliana down tick, kill Dark Confidant? Yep. Okay. So I need to hit some lands here, obviously. They can't exactly just Assassin's Trophy me. I guess they could. Alright. So they're at 2. They went after my bridge here. So they like can't interact with me now. Got rid of a Dark Confidant there. They've used their Assassin's Trophy. We hit another land. We're close. They literally just have to kill us now. And we could draw anything. Because they can't target me. So they have to... Bloodbraid Elf? Inquisition. They don't want to cast that. It's 5 damage. Oh, we're not going to get there, are we? Scavenging Ooze. Oh, come on. I need a bridge or something. Slagstorm. Blood Moon. No. Alright, Leyline of Combustion, though, is really good. So we're definitely going to go that route again. If I would have sequenced that just slightly different with the Eidolon, then we probably would have locked them out. Oh, so close. So close. Alright, I like the Eidolon then. Let's bring another Eidolon in. Do I care about this Spyglass? Anger seems good. The braids are alright. This probably just doesn't happen, realistically. We're in the play, so I like Koth maybe a bit more than Walking Ballista, although Koth doesn't hurt things. Walking Ballista does. I think I just like bringing the Eidolon in, and the Chandra was just a hopeful. The Awakened is just hopeful. All right, Jund. Let's do this. Let's do this, Jund. Can we put it together? Can we get the 3-2? I can get a quick Chandra out. I'm going to try it. We're going for it. Let's see how crazy this lady is. Chandra, swing for 2. Let's get it going. And if they don't have something that takes Spyglass, we get to play that. That'd be cool. Oh my gosh, we get to play it. Spyglass. Better crack that. Good job, good job, good job. The question is, what are we gonna take? Leyline of the Veil's over here being a pain. Scavenging News is a bit of a pain too. I think I just have to name Leyline of the Veil. And let's swing. Swinging, swinging, swinging. All right, Pete. Let's do Scavenger Grounds, swing. On the off chance that they block, we'll eat the graveyard. They do not. So we'll just Eidolon and pass the turn. So that was Tarmogoyf and the Pete. Here's Cliffs. Liliana's on hold. Scavenging News plus Dark Confidant here. We're putting the damage down. And this is hard for them to interact with. K command to kill, kill. Wow, that's going to make this huge for this turn. That was a good top deck. Pretty good top deck. Okay, well I can Scavenger Grounds to make that tiny. Which I guess is what I'm probably doing here. Fortunately, they can just play Liliana now and make me discard. I doubt they're playing Dark Confidants at this point. Bummer. Alright, land, pass turn. They have Dark Confidant plus Scavenging News. They can pitch something else to make that grow? No, they don't. Blooming Marsh, they have Scavenging News. Do they want to play that off the screen? I don't know. Unearths, Dark Confidant here. Wow. Kind of going all for it here. Takes 2 damage from Lightning Bolt. So they have bolts that would put an instant in the graveyard and a Planeswalker. So they can bolt. They're going to draw with Peatland. Ren and 6. Oh my gosh. Hits for a ton here. His Leyline's way too late. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man. Jund with that top deck K command probably sealed this one up for them. Well played. Well played, opponent. Could we have aggressively mulled for something else like Blood Moon? Certainly, but we're not here to just always Blood Moon. We're here to try to find interesting lines with new cards. They're deciding to go to 3. This is kind of funny. Let's do this. Maybe they accidentally target me here with their Lightning Bolt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it's only 1 damage difference here. That's not bad. Considering we're turn 7, they kind of wrecked us with the K command. But we had the Leyline of Combustion right there at the end. They took 4 to do it. Well, there we go, chat. Little 2-3. 2-3 with some of the new cards. Very first time out. We'll review this in the conclusion here in just a moment. Chandra Trio Prison. We're calling it Trio because we have Chandra Torch of Defiance, the mainstay in Pyro Prison. We have Chandra Acolyte of Flame, a new one for us at M20, and Chandra Awakened Inferno as an M20 as well. I want to say Awakened Horror because that's usually what we're talking about. What did we play against? We had, let's see here, a blue-white, a Panza blue-white, a Jund, and whatever our first opponent was, which I have now forgotten. We played a variety of creatures, though, and control and mid-range here. What do we like? So, I think what we like here is that Chandra Acolyte of Flame is definitely a body that's difficult to get rid of. Is she as fast as Rabblemaster? No. But, and we don't know if the Jund player had the bolts, but if they did, it would take a little bit more, a bolt and an attack, for example, versus Rabblemaster is just bolt and done, perhaps no value. So that's one thing we liked about Chandra Acolyte of Flame. The other thing we like, which we didn't get to use too much, but we kind of realized we weren't doing very well with, is her down tick does let us re-ritual. It will also let us do things with a Braid and Slagstorm. And if we want to, we can start finding some other maybe instance or sorcery based spells that we can go ahead and fire off again. I'm thinking a card like, I want to say Banefire would work. Late game Chandra, maybe 2 damage with the elements, and then the next turn just Banefire them, because this is X and red, and then you can cast it for whatever you need to. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Some of our sweepers would be good with Chandra as well. Chandra Awakened Inferno, really good. I actually know that one blue-white matchup went to time, but there is part of me that believes it might have actually been enough damage. If our opponent did not have, or had a Colonnade or their Baneslayer out earlier, maybe it doesn't get there. But because the game goes so long, it doesn't go, it forces them to actually close the game out, which is interesting because we don't really close the game out without, say, the Rabblemaster package. So maybe that's something to consider. And by the way, the first match was turns, thing in the ice, whatever that was. Final card that I actually love is Leyline of Combustion. Now, I know we didn't get to play it very often, but Leyline of Combustion was really good. It makes it so that if you get 1, maybe even 2 out, and you get that bridge lock, your lock is a little more powerful because it's just going to do that explosive amount of damage if they're hitting you. And if they're trying to interact with you or prevent what you're doing with maybe your planeswalkers, it could get there. One thing that's maybe a downside to Chandra Acolyte of Flame is she's not a finisher. She's not going to end the game. There's no real end game for her. Does that mean you need to put maybe some extra burn in the side here so that it gets into the graveyard and you can recast it? Maybe, but you're only going to get to replay that spell once. So she doesn't end the game, but she definitely applies that really difficult to interact with pressure, and I kind of like that. Eidolons were pretty sweet here. This build probably prefers maybe Eidolons over Rabblemasters to curve 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4 if you can. Didn't really bring in the Torp Orbs at all. Grafdigger Cage and Ravenous Trap were completely dead cards, and this was because we didn't run into something like Hogak. We didn't run into anything like a Storm-based or like a Cheerios or something like that. We didn't run into Dredge either. So they've got to stay in there to keep respects for that, but you know, maybe there's something there. Interesting enough, Leyline of Combustion plus a bridge actually kind of makes Hogak awkward because they have to hit you with the sacrifice and the altar to mill you. I think they could mill you enough before you do enough damage to them, but if you already applied some damage prior to that, maybe there's something there. I think that's going to be it. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to splice this all together. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you want or have a different build, please leave it in the comments below. This was slapped together. It was literally, hey, I'll take Rabble Masters out, Chandra Acolyte in. And then it was a few other cards, put them in, swap out, and just jam. Literally just got the cards seconds before playing the league. So if I missed something, please let me know. We've got to get the practice in. And if you will, this is one of the practice leagues. We do this a lot off stream. Consider this an insight into our practice league. Thank you guys so much. We stream on Twitch. You can catch us there. We have this content here as well. That's going to do it. Thank you so much. Have a great evening or morning, whatever it may be. And we'll see you next time.